men's team event. We have 11,000 spectators packed into the Westfalenhallen, this superb venue, to watch the match between Germany and China. China have made their way through to the final, as one would expect, very smoothly. They beat Hong Kong, China 3-0, Sweden 3-0, Greece 3-0, and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea 3-0, and Slovenia. And there you can see they won the quarter-final against Austria 3-0, and then they won against the Republic of Korea 3-0. So not one match has been dropped by the Chinese team. Probably as expected, but nevertheless a very, very professional job done by the Chinese team, and one would expect no different. The German team have arguably had almost as smooth a journey through to the final. Beat Portugal 3-0, Singapore 3-0, the Czech Republic 3-0, Spain 3-0, and then Serbia 3-0. In the quarterfinals, they beat Sweden 3-0, the Swedish team including the legendary Jürgen Persson, who in 1989 competed in the final of the men's singles in this very hall. It's a little bit of history made for the table tennis fans out there. And then in the semi-final beat Japan 3-1. The 3-1, the only blip on the German record. Patrick Baum lost the middle game, the third men's singles match, losing to Kishikawa of Japan. And the German team have done extremely well, as I say, with just that one blip on their record. Certainly Timo Boll and Dmitry Ovtcharov look in fine form. This final, as all team matches here in Dortmund, it's the best of 5 matches. A lot of tactics involved in the playing order, which players are going to play. And just to talk you through a little bit of the tactics involved and the lineup, my co-commentator, and you'll have to excuse Sebastian if he gets a little bit excited this afternoon. Of course, Sebastian from Germany, a keen supporter of German table tennis. How do you see the lineup, Sebastian? How do you see it stacking up?
Let me tell you first, Don, having goosebumps for about 3 hours now, starting to hurt on my forearms. Nevertheless, as you said, we have 11,000 people watching us today. A lot of Chinese supporters, but probably most of them, be a safe bet to say, would like to see the German team to win here. And with this lineup, it's hard for me not to be biased, but I would say it's possible for Germany to win. Timo Boll has been playing good games against ZHANG Jike in the Chinese league. Ovtcharov versus Ma Long would be the second match. Ovtcharov on an absolute tear so far. Best tournament I've seen from him so far. Wang Hao versus Patrick Baum will be the third one. Hard to say. We'll see how the momentum shifts throughout the match. First and crucial match, obviously the first one, Timo Boll versus ZHANG Jike, which we'll be seeing here in a few minutes, Don. A lot of history, this final, the repetition of the last World Team Championships final in Moscow 2010, where China beat Germany 3 matches to 1. What will we be seeing here today in Dortmund, Germany? As the stars walk in, led by the official mascot, Raketino. We have Marlin, the Olympic champion, Ma Long, Wang Hao, ZHANG Jike, Xu Shen, and the legend, LIEBHERR. Timo Boll, Ovtcharov, Patrick Baum, Bastian Steger, and the injured Christian Süß. With the world champion of 98, Jörg Roskopf. This is it. Doesn't get any better than this.
The players now will be introduced to the crowd by the MC. Absolutely packed to the roof. The Westfalenhallen in Dortmund, great venue. Venue for the World Championships in 1989. And as you pointed out, Sebastian, history was made when the coach of the German team, Roscoff won the men's doubles title with Stefan Fetzner, again in this very hall. Marlon, the #1 ranked player in the world. ZHANG Jike, the world champion. Former world champion, currently ranked #3. Hussein, he won't be playing today, but he's #4 in the world. Not bad when you can leave the #4 ranked player in the world on the bench. And the current Olympic champion also sitting on the bench. Such is the strength of the Chinese team. Coach Liu Guliang, former Olympic and world champion. Not a bad pedigree. What a team.
Sie haben sehr grandios gespielt in diesem Turnier und brauchen heute nicht zu fürchten gegen China. Hier ist das deutsche Nationalteam. Nach langer Verletzung geht es für ihn wieder aufwärts. Für unsere Nummern Christian
Süß sitting on the bench today. Won 1 out of 1 in this tournament. Currently ranked #49 in the world. Won 3 out of 3. Done a good job for the German team, but again at #25 in the world, he'll be sitting this one out as well. Patrick Baum won 4 out of 5. Currently ranked 18 in the world. Of 6 out of 6 victories here in Dortmund, currently ranked #10 in the world, 23 years of age. And you can hear what the crowd think. Timo, former world #1 player, currently ranked at 6. I think he's going to have to win 2 games today, 2 matches for Germany to win, but he's certainly capable of that. What a thrilling encounter to look forward to. And there we have the German team, and finally the coach. Coach of the German team there on the end, shaking hands with the umpire, Jörg Roscoff, former European champion, an absolutely outstanding ambassador for the sport. Great sportsman, great player, and it's good to see him still involved in the game at the highest possible level. So, 11,000 spectators, 10,950 of them supporting Germany. Having said that,
if you look around, there's a lot of Chinese fans here, sprinkled throughout the hall. Especially in the upper ranks, they'll be making a lot of noise for sure. Jörg Roscoff, applauded by the crowd here. His nickname in Germany is Mr. Table Tennis. As you said, great ambassador for the sport, especially in Germany.
The German crowd, whilst they will be very, very vocal, very supportive of the German team, I must say, as an Englishman, a very, very knowledgeable crowd. They appreciate good table tennis, very fair, but no one can blame them for getting behind their team and trying to lift Germany to become the world team champions. They were one stage away from doing it 2 years ago, as Sebastian explained, and I'm sure the whole of Europe is getting behind this German team. Timo Boll's had a great tournament, won 7, lost none. Dmitry Ovcharov won 6, lost none. Patrick Baum won 4 out of 5. So they're in good form. They're playing in front of a wonderful home crowd. They're playing in absolutely magnificent facilities. They've got top man in the corner, there he is. Roscoff, former world doubles champion in this very hall, as we've mentioned, former European singles champion, a man of immense experience and a man respected around the world. First game on, Timo BOLL, ZHANG Jike, and I have to say 12 months ago, almost, I was commentating in this very hall at the German Open, and the final of the men's singles was between ZHANG Jike and Timo BOLL. ZHANG Jike winning in the closest of matches, and I'm sure the crowd here will hope in that Timo BOLL can reverse that result. As always, the best of 5 games. The players will, as always, have a 2-minute practice before the match commences, just an opportunity to groove the shots in, get the feet moving a little bit of a warm-up. The umpires will check the players' rackets very carefully. The umpires have done a great job here in Dortmund, making sure that all the rackets comply with ITTF regulations, making sure no player gets an unfair advantage. They've made great efforts to keep play continuous, making sure there's no time wasting going on, which again has been really appreciated by the crowd. So it's been a wonderful 8 days here in Dortmund. Congratulations to everybody concerned, the organisers, the Deutsche Tischtennisbund, the ITTF. But in particular, on a personal note, I would just like to congratulate the volunteers who've been absolutely amazing. I feel as though I'm almost at home with the help that I've had, and that is testament to a fantastic group of people who give up their time and without whom table tennis wouldn't be the sport that it is. So ZHANG Jike, what can you say? World champion, winner of the World Cup in 2011 in Magdeburg, 2 times national champion in China. You can imagine that's a pretty tough title to win with all the great Chinese players around. But Timo BOLL is in fine form, 31 years of age, there he is, left-handed topspin player. Quarter-final of the Olympics in 2004, quarter-final of the Worlds 10 months ago in Rotterdam, 2 times winner of the World Cup, but he's dominated European table tennis, 5 times European champion, 5 times European top 12 champion, and a very impressive 19 Pro Tour titles to his name, and he's won them over a 10-year period.
And if you want to be very specific about that, it's 15 times European champion. He won 5 times in the singles, won 5 times with the team, and won 5 times in the doubles. So, as you say, on a European level, not that much competition for Timo BOLL.
So the players now well into their 2-minute practice. ZHANG Jike, shake-hand grip player, very strong backhand and forehand topspins, can spray the ball around the table. A little bit of support to the right knee. And there's Timo BOLL. ZHANG Jike has played 5 games. Of course, from the Chinese point of view, arguably they've not really had a tough test, which of course can be a slight disadvantage. Having said that, Germany have cruised through to the final also, but I do feel the match against Japan was a great test for Timo BOLL. He had to go on against Yun Mizutani, a top 10 ranked player in the world, and he looked in fine form, and I'm sure the crowd are hoping he can continue with that form in this final. So we are ready to start the final of the men's World Team Championships here in Dortmund. We've been here for 8 days waiting for this moment. It's the final everybody was hoping for. The hosts, Germany, against the #1 team in the world, and they're playing the numbers 1, 2 and 3 in the world. It does not come any tougher for Germany, but we're all wishing them all the best, and I'm sure, Sebastian, you'll be wishing them all the best too.
Absolutely. And in this very moment, we're off to the start. First serve, ZHANG Jike. These two have met on a number of occasions internationally. Met 5 times on the World Tour. ZHANG Jike winning 4 out of those 5 matches. Last one, incidentally, was semi-finals of the World Championships 2009. ZHANG Jike was in his best form ever. In the Chinese league, though, BOLL managed to win against him.
Quick on his feet there, Timo BOLL around the backhand to play the forehand topspin down the line. Here we see him, round he goes. Good topspin down the line. The reverse action service there from BOLL, the back going away from the body, side spin, and then topspin or backspin, depends where he makes contact with the ball. Backhand topspin just off the end of the table, the tactics were fine. He's got to play a strong first ball, as Timo BOLL can't afford to let ZHANG Jike get in with his topspin. The crowd getting behind the German player. Early days, but it's 3-1 for China.
Very important for ZHANG Jike to be in the lead this early. He needs to establish himself in the match, especially when large portions of the crowd are behind their opponent. So far, open exchange. See the body language, the presence of ZHANG Jike at the table. Knots reaffirms his position. Has to be here 100%, as you said, Don, perhaps for the first time in the tournament, as both teams have met very little resistance so far. Whoever wins here, I'm sure the winner will be table tennis, whichever way.
ZHANG Jike just missed timing the forehand topspin, caught the top edge of the racket, flew off the end. BOLL now with his second serve in this sequence of 2.
That was crucial for him. One of his weapons of choice. Forehand topspin with so much topspin on it. Even players like ZHANG Jike struggling to control the block. That's what he's known for. That's what he's good at.
ZHANG Jike trying to keep the service tight. High percentage of net serves, I suspect, in this final. But this time the serve drifted long, it was slightly high. Timo BOLL pounced on the opportunity, in with the forehand topspin, no hesitation. The German bench looking very focused. Slightly unfortunate there, BOLL. He anticipated well. He went round wide on the backhand side to play his forehand. But as you can see there, it misses by a fraction. You can see how much this means to China. The bench on their feet, 5 points each. They know BOLL is the danger man. If he takes 2 wins today, this final is in the balance.
He stays in the lead. Good topspin variation this time. Timo BOLL putting it up with a little topspin. ZHANG Jike looks like he was expecting that heavy topspin once more. Both players now looking to get into their rhythm.
That was a very strong counter topspin from ZHANG Jike. BOLL did well, he got in with the first topspin. But superb play by the world champion. There it was. Didn't just block it back, he actually managed to make a counter topspin. And interesting, the players are entitled to use the towel every 6 points. New regulation to keep play continuous, and already both players using the towel. They used the towel after 6 points. They've used it after 12 points. Such is the tension out there.
I'm sure both will be sweating bullets in this game. Both quite a tense start, but that's understandable. If you consider the event here, the crowd as well, pressure on both shoulders is enormous. It's always a question of who gets there first. That was a good serve receive by Timo Boll at the last possible moment. Flicked his wrist to put that wide into the forehand of ZHANG Jike while making it look like he was playing cross-court. Expertly done. 7-0, first game.
The reverse action service short to the forehand. ZHANG Jike coming across to return it with his backhand from the forehand side.
Once more, topspin from Timo Boll went long. That was a correct decision, yet they just missed the timing a bit, but look at the footwork of ZHANG Jike, playing forehand from all across the table.
So 1 point against the Timo Boll serve. Boll with one more serve remaining in this sequence of 2. Big point for Boll. Doesn't want to go 9-7 down with ZHANG Jike's 2 serves to come. That is world-class play. The backhand flick, come topspin return a serve, then the combination of the forehand topspin behind that was absolutely awesome from ZHANG Jike. There he is round there, drills that down the line. That truly was world-class play.
Look at the body language. The Dragon is in the game.
Return by Boll. It's an amazing game. You need fine touch skills to touch the ball delicately over the net. Then you explode into powerful forehand and backhand topspins. The whole range of skills required. 9-8, second serve, ZHANG Jike.
Once more, Timo Boll equalizes. 9-0. Very, very close match. Look at the variation on the serve received by Timo Boll. That is so bold of him in this kind of tense situations to play this creative, this loose, this relaxed. Very, very important point. It's anyone's game so far.
2 points against the ZHANG Jike serve. Business end of the first game. Boll now with his 2 serves to come. Zhu Jin looking on, and they'll be a little bit concerned now with Boll serving.
Oh, what a reaction shot, ZHANG Jike. He's there when he needs to. That was a good topspin from Timo Boll. Full commitment played into the body, but ZHANG Jike present at the table. Game point it is for him.
Amazing, 5 points now have gone against the service, and that's mainly because of the flick return. Both players are flicking the ball extremely well. I'm not sure if that was a deliberate tactic. The serve drifted over the side of the table. Strong topspin from ZHANG Jike, but how he did it, I do not know. Timo Boll then with the counter topspin. 10 points each, and he's now alternate serving, and it's the first player to win 2 clear points.
Timo Boll has been working on his serve, has developed new techniques, new styles. I very much like seeing him using those in this situation here.
Oh, it missed by a fraction. Second game point for ZHANG Jike.
Still not a bad decision by Timo Boll. once again just barely mistimed it. Can he tie once more?
A tight serve to me. It looked as though the second bounce was going to be on the baseline. Superb judgment from ZHANG Jike, and what a topspin to win that second game, 12-10. So table tennis of the highest order there. Powerful backhand and forehand topspins. I thought Timo Boll, when he came from 9-7, took 2 points against the ZHANG Jike serve. 9-all, Boll with his 2 serves to come. But we had a trend of points going against the service, which I put down, Sebastian, to some excellent flick returns. Yeah. And it's fascinating to see ZHANG Jike come across.
On the last one, look how he keeps his elbow over the ball, just flicking from his arm and his wrist, and it's such perfect technique. Trademark shot of ZHANG Jike.
But this is what we're seeing a lot of, the backhand. As we saw there, that's the backhand topspin that won the first game. But coming across and returning with the backhand from the forehand side, we saw ZHANG Jike do it 3 or 4 times. They come across and they use the wrist to a massive amount, and we've christened it the banana shot because of the action, the trajectory that the ball follows. It curves as it travels through the air with side spin, sometimes a little bit of backspin, sometimes a little bit of topspin. Very difficult for the players to read the spin. But there he is. He looks like the calmest, coolest person in the hall. Timo Boll just lost the first, 12 points to 10. The crowd shouting Timo, and it's Timo Boll to serve at the start of the second game.
ZHANG Jike read that absolutely fantastic read on the serve of Timo Boll. I'm not sure, but I think he didn't hit that right. I don't know if he was going for a dead serve. Drifted probably once more a bit long.
It's a great topspin from Boll. Good serve, kept it tight. Again, ZHANG Jike coming in with a flick, but it wasn't a powerful flick. And there we saw that wonderful counter topspin from Germany. 1 point each. Heavy backspin on the serve, fast accelerating racket that brushes underneath the ball. The ball fizzing with backspin. Very difficult to see the amount of spin, but I can assure you that ball is rotating incredibly quickly. Fizzes as it travels through the air.
Spin seems to be the deciding factor here, I agree. This time good quality in the topspin of ZHANG Jike, the world champion. That ball just digs into the table, bounces very flat. Probably the first time for both players to play against an opponent of such high standard of play. Also, pretty crucial so far, the serve of both players setting up the point quite nicely. That was lucky.
ZHANG Jike there was a little bit fortunate, but nevertheless, both these players launching themselves into the top spins, both very anxious to get in with the first strong topspin. And the one he threw up into the air, it literally bounced in the corner. And that was the one that got him back into the rally. So it was a super lob when he threw it up in the air. The length was outstanding, but the counter topspin from away from the table caught the net. And that just made the difference. Boll just not quite able to react quick enough. Having said that, nobody in the world would have been quick enough to react to the net court.
4-2. 2-point lead. Make that 3, and that was a good serve. Timo Boll missing it entirely.
Good variation on the return of service. Took ZHANG Jike by surprise there. But even he wasn't quick enough to get in with the topspin. He was forced to push it back, but he pushed it a little bit too long. So Timo BOLL now 2 points down, but he has his 2 serves to come. Needs to keep the service tight.
And his concentration up, obviously. Don't let go of your focus. Once more, that very receive with the backhand from the forehand side. Such a modern way of playing table tennis. ZHANG Jike, look at the commitment to playing that shot. Very, very high risk. And it paid off once more. ZHANG Jike, 6-3 China versus Germany.
Well, I have to say, I don't feel Timo BOLL is getting enough advantage from the serve. That first one in that sequence was slightly long, and the second one, we're into a 50-50 rally here, whereas the service should give you a 70% chance at this level, 60 to 70% chance of getting in with that first strong topspin, dominating the rally. Combination of a couple of Timo BOLL serves drifting long, but superb returns of service, as you mentioned, Sebastian, particularly the backhand from the forehand side.
This is what you must not let ZHANG Jike get into. Once he gets going, simply can't contain him with these block shots. Although quality of topspin from the Chinese player pretty much forces you to. H3, if this continues.
Just so strong on the counter topspin, making very few errors. ZHANG Jike at the moment, he's dominating the second game with wonderful table tennis. Look at him, he's absolutely delighted. When he won the world men's singles title in Rotterdam, ripped his shirt off. He was that pumped up. He's looking as though he might be ripping his shirt off here, the way he's bouncing around the table, running around the court. 6-point lead.
Everything's lining up for ZHANG Jike. 7 game points in the second. Could be pretty fast lights out here for Timo BOLL if this keeps on going.
Hit the side of the table. ZHANG Jike just having a little look. Decides not to ask the question, but one thing is for absolute certainty, Timo BOLL will be the first player to say whether it touched or not. Again, another great sportsman on the circuit, very fair player.
All the building blocks are there for Timo BOLL. He can play on that level. Hasn't been playing that much internationally lately. Perhaps a bit of practice missing.
Service was long, Timo BOLL straight in with the topspin.
Still 4 game points. Player of the caliber of ZHANG Jike certainly won't let that opportunity go. Or will he?
We may have a timeout after this point if BOLL wins. No, he doesn't. Topspin to topspin exchange. ZHANG Jike wins the point and the second match, 11 points to 6. And I hate to say it, Sebastian, but it's not looking good for Timo BOLL, and it's all down to world-class play from the world champion. He's returning serve superbly. BOLL somehow has to tighten up with his serves. He's got to get in with the first strong topspin. The flick return out wide. The ZHANG Jike's forehand has worked well, and then to get in, put him under pressure on the backhand side. And I'm sure Jörg Roskopf, former European champion, will be giving him all the appropriate advice. But the Chinese world champion, 24 years of age, currently ranked #2 in the world. I'm sorry to say, Sebastian, he's in great form.
Absolutely. Pleasure to see ZHANG Jike play this good. this well. It's such an important match. Seemed a bit tense to me yesterday in the semi-finals, but he seemed to put that well behind him. Superb performance, subduing Timo BOLL in the second game. The first one was close, and if that might have gone into BOLL's direction, it would have been a huge boost to his confidence, but now needs to come back from 2-0 down. He's known for being able to step up his game when needed, but can he rise to the level of ZHANG Jike?
Again, the returner serve, he just came in, he came underneath the ball, not as much backspin as he thought, slightly high, not ridiculously high, slightly high, but you're against the world champion, and he's going to put those away. I think maybe BOLL needs to take on the flick return.
Concerned looking German supporters on the bench. Very important point. Do not let ZHANG Jike continue his streak. BOLL now has to play high-risk table tennis, perhaps for the first time in the tournament so far.
Good backhand topspin from Timo BOLL.
Perfect technique, perfect execution at the wrist, even accelerating it more with his wrists.
Much better service.
Now we see the weakness of that backhand receive from the forehand side. You open up your whole backhand side afterwards. Players such as Timo BOLL can exploit that if the receive doesn't award a direct point.
Just let the ball drop a little bit too low there. There was heavy backspin. He had half a chance. The service, the second bounce was over the sideline. It was a good decision to go for the topspin, but maybe a slight hesitation. The ball dropped a little bit too low. Second serve coming up in this sequence of 2 for ZHANG. What an angle.
Yeah.
That was a brutal angle from ZHANG Jike.
Also a matter of confidence. Timo BOLL did a quick side jump. He should have done maybe 2 steps to reach that ball. He can reach it if he's quick on his feet, but looks like he's starting to tense up.
BOLL determined to keep the service tight. Let service.
That had just the right amount of backspin on it, so that ZHANG Jike couldn't play one of these incredible backhand topspins right off the serve. Narrowest of margins. This top level of competition. 2 points in a row. 2 times great serve, Timo BOLL.
That was BOLL's best serving sequence. 2 great serves, kept it tight. Good backhand down the line from ZHANG Jike.
That was the right idea by Timo. He has to try to accelerate it. Can't be content in doing just the block. Had to go for the topspin there. Still the point, ZHANG Jike.
Good variation from Timo BOLL there, came underneath the ball, pushed it, put a lot of backspin on it. Surprise element.
Groskop pushing Timo BOLL to his limits.
Good spinny backhand topspin from Timo BOLL. He's definitely serving a lot better, making it a lot more difficult for ZHANG Jike to dominate on the returner serve.
And the placement of the serve was so good. He pretty much forced that topspin from ZHANG Jike. He was ready for it. This time he went for the forehand push.
So ZHANG Jike keeps himself in this third game. He now has his 2 serves to come. Timo BOLL would settle for one of the next 2 points against the serve. And the crowd now really doing their best to lift the German #1 player. The bench look apprehensive. They know this is a vital time in this men's team final. Just flicks the serve off the end of the table, but the tactics were good from BOLL. He's trying to be positive, he's trying to take the initiative, just caught the top of the net, another millimetre higher and it would have been over. So even though he lost the point, the tactics were good, he has to be positive. I just thought there the serve was a little bit high. He could have perhaps been a fraction more aggressive. Very easy to say from the commentary box. When you're out there in front of 11,000 people playing the world champion, it's a little bit more difficult. Perhaps he could have been a little bit more aggressive on the return. However, 7 points each. BOLL now with his 2 serves. Did 2 great serves last time. And ZHANG Jike there indicating to the umpire that it was a let serve, even though he won the point. And the crowd applauding his fair play. I think the score is 7 points each, or maybe not.
Looks like didn't overrule the umpire. Now on his feet, complaining about that.
And so timeout called by Jörg Roscoff. And of course now Jörg Roscoff's asking the question about the let serve. I was certain that ZHANG Jike had pointed to the edge, pointed to the table, net serve, but clearly not the case. Jörg Roscoff deciding not to pursue it. And so a 1 minute break. Clearly ZHANG Jike now 2 points away from victory. And Jörg Roscoff decided a 1 minute break, a chance just to compose, have hopefully break the run of 2 points that the world champion has just established. So ZHANG Jike now talking with Liu Guliang, former world and Olympic champion. Timo BOLL talking with Jörg Roscoff, but they are now both back at the table. It's not looking good at this point in time. 2 games to 0 down. Timo BOLL 9-7 down, and also ZHANG Jike with his 2 serves to come. Timo BOLL probably needs both these points. He's taken 2 points against the serve before, and indeed now where he's asking about the let service.
ZHANG Jike agreed on that one, I have to say. He was even the one pointing it out. The serve of Timo BOLL touched the net. Both players agreed, but the umpire cannot be overruled.
This is very interesting now. The umpire is going to have to admit that he made a mistake. And indeed, I think he's just said 8-7.
Huge applause from the audience. As I say again, very fair gesture of ZHANG Jike. It's everything on the line for him. It's the finals of the World Team Championships, and he's given the point back to be decided by Timo BOLL's serve.
Great sportsmanship. So 8-7. Timo BOLL with his 2nd serve. Again, that was going to go long. If it hadn't have hit the net, we'd have seen a ZHANG Jike rocket. Got to keep the service tight or go long and fast. Much better serve the second time. Second bounce would have been on the table. Makes it very difficult to play top spin. You have to come in and flick or push. 8 points each. And ZHANG Jike with his 2 serves to come. Big difference, 8-all, 9-7. This game in the balance. BOLL, of course, will have his serves right at the business end.
I believe we're going to see a timeout now. Or maybe not. 9-8 Timo ball. That was a crucial point. The decision by the umpire to let that be played out once more. Instead of 7-9, it is now 9-8 Timo ball.
Hits the top edge of the back from ZHANG Jike, flies off the end of the table. And what a good timeout called by Jörg Roskopf. Boll now with 2 game points. And indeed, Timo Boll with the service. Boll winning 3 points on the run. 8-7 when we came back after the timeout. Well, 9-7, but it was reduced to 8-7. 3 consecutive points for Boll. The push off the end of the table. Super return of serve by ZHANG Jike. Delicate touch. We've seen awesome power from the World Championship. There we saw fine touch skills.
We can do the whole spectrum, really. 1 game point, though.
There it is! Timo Boll wins the 3rd game. 11 points to 9. And Timo Boll keeps Germany's hopes alive. But the pivotal moment in that 3rd game was the fair play by ZHANG Jike. He led 9-7, he had his serves to come. And then when we came back after the timeout, ZHANG Jike conceded the point. He didn't concede the point, he agreed that the point should be replayed, as it had been a let serve that wasn't spotted by the umpire. So, table tennis the winner, and Timo Boll the winner of the game.
Keeps himself in the match to the delight of the crowd here in Dortmund. Good spraying of the ball, playing that backhand down the line. Caught ZHANG Jike a bit unprepared. He once again went in for that backhand receive. As I've said earlier, the weakness is exposing the backhand side of the table, which Timo Boll exploited immediately. Good tactics by both players. Both have arrived in the match, found their rhythm, played to their strength, tried to contain the strength of their opponent. So far it seems ZHANG Jike just has the upper hand, but that was huge that Boll won the last game. Can he shift the momentum in his favor here?
Good start by ZHANG Jike. And a little bit of mental toughness here required by ZHANG Jike, because of course he could dwell on the fact he could have been 9-7 up, possibly would have gone on to win the 3rd game, be sat down now, China 1 match to 0 up. He's not, he's involved in an incredibly tough game, but I'm sure the mental toughness of the world champion, that will not be a factor. He will be completely focused on this 4th game, and indeed he's made an excellent start. 2 good returns of serve. Again, I have to say, at this level, you can see there the 2nd bounce over the side of the table. ZHANG Jike able to make topspin straight away, as opposed to forcing him to play over the table, which you have to do if the service is really tight. So ZHANG Jike now with his 2 serves. Again, ZHANG Jike in with the first strong topspin. Boll did really well in that rally, got himself back into it. But the difference for me is the return of service at the moment.
What a start for the world champion.
Good flip return from Boll deep into the back of ZHANG. ZHANG went for the topspin down the line. It's the harder line to play. It's a shorter target. He just overhit it. First point in this 4th game for Boll. Boll now with his 2 serves.
Left 1-3.
Touched. Somehow, some way, the ball found its way back onto the table, keeping Timo Boll in play.
Return serve from ZHANG Jike, coming across with the backhand and then stepping around, getting in with the strong forehand topspin. Even the point that Timo won there, it was ZHANG Jike who dominated the point. And as you said, Sebastian, somehow Boll worked wonders to even get his bat on the ball, and then he was assisted by the edge of the table. So Boll's clearly showed he's got the ability, he just needs to impose his game on the world champion. Replica of an earlier point. Short serve to the forehand, flick to the backhand down the line. And unfortunately for ZHANG Jike, just hitting it a little bit too hard, the ball going off the end of the table.
And that is just something that Timo Boll cannot do against ZHANG Jike. That push once more trail just a fraction too long. And once he gets the opportunity to get that first topspin in, that has been all ZHANG Jike all the time. What a shot. That was well done. Once more, ZHANG Jike opening up an avenue for approach. Timo Boll played long line into the backhand side, then sprayed the ball to the forehand. Expertly done. Once more went for the heavy topspin instead of the fast one, and that was the absolute correct decision in that instance. ZHANG Jike was waiting for the fast topspin to play counter topspin. Instead, he somehow had to push the ball back down. Failed to do so. Crucial point, 5-all.
Halfway stage, fourth game, 5 points each. ZHANG Jike now with his two serves. Anticipating the speed spin, anticipating the change in direction. He's controlling the ball a lot better. Top edge of the racket. Ball flies off the end of the table. And Boll now with a 1-point lead. Talk about the edge of your seat. He can't sit down, the gentleman in the crowd. Good flick return. ZHANG Jike just holding back a little bit on that backhand topspin, not played with the confidence that we've seen earlier in this first match. So Timo Boll now in with a real chance to take this first match to a fifth and final game.
And at the risk of repeating myself, this is one of Timo Boll's absolute advantages, one of his strengths. Perhaps the biggest, so that he knows when he's down he has to step up his game, and he has the ability to just flick the switch. And look at the level of table tennis that is shown from these two players here in the finals. Topspin versus topspin. Look at that backhand rocket from ZHANG Jike. Timo Boll was up to the task every time.
The crowd literally on their feet.
And now he is Absolutely astonishing.
It was 5-all at the halfway stage, 4 consecutive points for BOLL, but it's not just 4 consecutive points, it's the way he's played those points. He's controlled the ball, he's got in and played powerful shots whenever he can. At the moment, the momentum most certainly with Timo BOLL, but you cannot relax against the world champion. That wasn't a bad flick down the line from BOLL. Good variation, but look at that. The top spin straight back down the line, BOLL's come across, looking to play a forehand from the backhand side. But the world champion sends a rocket straight down the line.
And look at the situation too, it was so tense. As you say, it was 5-all, now it's 9-5 for Timo BOLL. And to play with such a commitment here on that top spin. Looks like ZHANG Jike for a fraction there lost the balance. Timo BOLL immediately spotting it, playing once more into the body. And now he has 4 game points.
Oh, again, BOLL was just thinking about stepping round the backhand side to play the forehand. He was just shifting the weight about his feet. But that was a good thing to do. He was looking to get in with the forehand. 1 game point save, 3 remain. BOLL still in a very strong position. Serve drifted long.
Such a bold decision from ZHANG Jike to go for it right at the receive. Had the opportunity, ball serve just a fraction too high. Went right in there.
But again, if you look carefully, the serve bouncing quite high. It's over the sideline. Timo BOLL will be a little bit disappointed with the serve.
It's getting closer and closer. Still 2 game points left. ZHANG Jike has so far made all the right choices when faced with the BOLL game point.
Spun the ball up a little bit there. ZHANG Jike not quite as quick as he's normally been hitting the ball. Went for a little bit more spin, a bit less speed. Good variation by the world champion. But still, game point for Germany. 3 points on the run. For ZHANG Jike, can he make it 4? Or can Timo BOLL seal this 4th game? The crowd are on the edge of their seats, literally. Oh, it's a good backhand spin.
Yeah. Timo BOLL looking for that risky shot to get quickly to closing this game. So far unsuccessful. Now it is open once more, 10-all.
I'm sure Jörg Roskopf there would have been in for a timeout, but of course timeout has already been used, so it's now alternate serving. It's the first player to win 2 clear points. It's BOLL to serve first. ZHANG Jike 4 points on the bounce. He's missed one. The German players on the bench on their feet applauding. It's a 5th game point for Timo BOLL. He's done it. He stayed close to the table. He took a chance with that backhand. He played positive. And the positive play of Timo BOLL pays dividends. He takes the 4th game, 12 points to 10. He was down at the beginning. He leveled it at 5-all. He then went 9-5 up. 10-6, 4 game points. ZHANG Jike comes back, levels it at 10-all. Timo BOLL stays composed, mentally tough, takes the next 2 points, wins the 4th game, 12 points to 10. Liu Guliang there Clearly a lot to say to the world champion. Tactics absolutely vital. But we now have a 5th and final game to look forward to. And if you ask me to pick the winner, I really do think it's 50-50.
Yeah, absolutely at this point. ZHANG Jike, as you said, off to a far better start. Perhaps even getting a bit close there in the first game, but second he was well on his way of beating Timo BOLL 3-0. But then somehow, some way, Timo BOLL found his way back. Kept his service tight, as you said. I think that played a crucial part in him winning the 2 games in a row. And in the 5th, it's anyone's game now. First point, obviously very, very crucial. Who's in the lead right off the start?
Backhand down the line from ZHANG Jike to take the first point. Timo BOLL flicking the serve, perhaps a little bit more power required just to put ZHANG Jike under a little bit more pressure. Of course, though, if you go for more power, more likely to make a mistake. It's a very fine balance. Again, it's a very similar point. Same serve, flick to the backhand. ZHANG Jike with the backhand topspin down the line. Zhu Jin, Liu Guliang, Mal in there, all on their feet.
Very different picture at the table here. ZHANG Jike taking his time, controlling his shoelaces now, while Timo BOLL stays at the table. He wants to keep playing. All kinds of tricks being employed here by ZHANG Jike, forcing the game flow to be interrupted.
Clearly, Liu Guliang has talked about this tactic for ZHANG Jike to play the backhand down the line, to force Timo BOLL to play backhands from the backhand side. A good start by China, but let's not forget the 4th game, it was a similar start. BOLL clawed his way back, dominated the middle and second half of the 4th match. He needs to do this now.
Oh, that was so risky of Timo BOLL.
Of course, the players change ends.
Look at the legs of ZHANG Jike, look at all the muscles involved.
This is a big point now psychologically to change ends at 5-0.
Then there's no cross step. That one was a jump, but it's all side steps from ZHANG Jike. That takes such high level of athleticism.
So big point coming up. Big point from a psychological point of view. And you can see exactly what it meant to ZHANG Jike. Serve, return error from Timo BOLL, and the shriek of delight from ZHANG Jike shows what a big point that was. Changing ends at 5-0.
What a mountain to climb now for Timo BOLL. Like I was saying, first point of that 5th game, very, very crucial, establishing momentum for one of the 2 players. And ZHANG Jike took that wave and rode it to the beach.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's running round to pick his towel up. Perfect start. ZHANG Jike, the world champion, showing us now why he is the world champion. BOLL can still come back. He's put runs of 4 or 5 points together already. It's exactly what he needs to do now. He needs to win 4 or 5 points of the next 6 and try and put ZHANG Jike under a little bit of pressure. 2 big serves coming up for Timo BOLL.
Every comeback has to start at some point. Perhaps that was the first building block to do so.
Good tight serve. And interestingly enough, Liang on his feet, calling timeout. ZHANG Jike hasn't seen his coach. He has now. Marlin was dancing around on the bench to draw his attention. But again, Liang there just senses Timo BOLL starting to put a run of points together. Immediately calls timeout. China would have been absolutely delighted with 6-2 at the beginning of this fifth and final game. And I'm sure now Liang just telling ZHANG Jike how important it is to stay positive, to stay dominant. Strong backhand and forehand top spins. The backhand down the line is working particularly well for ZHANG Jike. Won him 2 of the first 3 points. But I'm sure Jörg Roscoff equally giving the appropriate advice to Timo BOLL. Timo has shown that he's capable of winning games. He just needs to produce a little bit of inspired play now. 4 points adrift. If he can come back strong from this timeout, take 2 or 3 of the first 4 points, then we have game on in this fifth and final game. The players now back at the table. And it's ZHANG Jike to serve. Ovtcharov there just warming up. He's on next as ZHANG Jike prepares to serve. Great return of serve.
Look at that flick. Once more, very active, very creative, aggressive play by Timo BOLL right when he needs to. 6-3. From 6 to 3.
Oh, he goes for the backhand down the line. A lot of topspin on the ZHANG Jike backhand. He came up the back of the ball a little bit more spin, less speed. Good variation from the world champion. And now Timo BOLL with his 2 serves. If ever there was a time to take 2 points with the service, now's it for the former #1 ranked player in the world, Timo BOLL.
Right, it's now or never done.
Very good spinny backhand from BOLL. Remember, it was 5-love down at the changeover. BOLL's taken 4 of the last 6 points. Momentum is with him at the moment, even though he's down. This is a big, big point.
That was a good serve, but what a fast reaction of ZHANG Jike. Well, went for the long serve down the line. He was immediately there to play the first topspin. Stepped around for the second foreign topspin as well. Put Timo BOLL right from the get-go under so much pressure. 8-4. Chinese flag waving here in Westfalenhalle in Dortmund. Crucial match. Crucial point in the match.
ZHANG Jike now with his 2 serves. And again, what a brave serve. The long, fast serve down the line. A mere mortal like me would definitely have been serving short and tight. But the long serve, and that's the hallmark of a great player. You're never sure what they're going to do, varying their tactics. And now this point is a must-win, I think, for Timo BOLL. Timo just keeping into his backhand, I'm sure, and that's exactly what he does do. He had to win that point, he did, and he now has to take 2 points with his serve. Wonderful play by the German #1.
And that looks so passive of ZHANG Jike. I wonder why he did that. This is not an exhibition match. It's the finals of the World Team Championships.
It's a good block. Took the ball quite early. A little bit of risk, just to give it a little bit of extra pace on the block. And now ZHANG Jike with 5 match points.
What a dramatic game. 5 match points, ZHANG Jike.
That was fantastic play. And I thought ZHANG Jike was going to finish it off then with that amazing, what would have been an amazing forehand topspin. Look at BOLL there, just fantastic. That would have been a wonderful winner, but Timo BOLL keeps his hopes alive. Two points against the serve for Timo BOLL would make this an incredible finale. Oh, and he flicks the first one off the end of the table, and ZHANG Jike wins the 5th game, 11 points to 6. He led 5-love at the changeover. BOLL then came back, played some fantastic table tennis, couldn't quite get back into it, and I think possibly on the balance of things, ZHANG Jike just about deserved victory. But a great game, absolutely. A great start to this final. China win and lead by 1 match to 0. But Germany, a fine performance, Sebastian.
I think China winning the first match, well, that's not what these people here have hoped for, but it feel like this is what they might have expected, but it was far from the one-sided performances we've seen so far in the Chinese games. It was literally 2 top players at their best, head-to-head, the same level. ZHANG Jike, I think probably the better start he had in the 5th game, build up the momentum, and he served that momentum right till the end. Congratulations to ZHANG Jike, excellent performance by the world champion in the team and in the singles. Now, tall mountain to climb for the German team.
I do think that makes life, as you said, Sebastian, very tough now for the German team.